Hi, my name is Lucy Trueman. I'm the Managing Director of Trueman Change, and today I want to talk to you about the change curve. So I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail because this isn't the first video I've made about the change curve. So if you look on our YouTube channel and on our website, you'll be able to find a previous video where I have gone into a lot more detail. What I want to talk to you about today really is some of the issues with the change curve. So it's a really popular tool. Lots of people have experienced it, have learned about it, and it's really useful in that what it does is it helps us to understand that there are a series of very natural emotional responses to significant change. But there are some warnings with it, I would say, just from using it with experience. So it's often presented as a curve, it is presented as a graph, and that does suggest that there is a linear approach to it. So the way it's presented is shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression and confusion, then acceptance, and then coming up to problem solving, which is where your kind of more positive mindset is. The way that that's presented kind of suggests that you'll move through it in those orders, which in my experience is not the case. So if you want a more accurate visual of what emotion and change, particularly at the moment during COVID, is, get yourself a long piece of string, scrunch it up in a ball and drop it on the floor, and that's probably going to be how your emotions are, up and down and all over the place. So it's very normal. Although all of those 7 stages are a normal emotional response, it's also very normal to not do them in the right order, to move forward and go back, to revisit, to move around it very chaotically. That's very, very normal. So the second thing to be aware of is that we know that some things make change more difficult, and one of them is when we layer change on top of each other, which is exactly the situation that we've got at the moment. So if you are asking your colleagues to change the way they work, they are also having to probably change the way they shop, change the way that they look after their kids, change the way that they interact with wider family members, and change the way that they socialise. So huge amounts of change, which what that means is that the emotions that are the normal response are probably amplified. So your people are probably not in a stronger place to deal with change now as they were 12 months ago, and that is also normal. What does help though is a sense of control. And I know that we don't have a lot of control at the moment. You know, all of us as organisations are responding to changes in guidance and in government rules. But what we can change is how we respond. We can control how we respond to them. And so what I would really encourage you to do is involve your people in that conversation. Get together and talk about how to best manage this change, how to make sure that everybody's on the same page, because that engagement and that sense of, okay, I can't control this, but I can control this bit, it really does help. So I hope that's helped. Do use the tool. It is useful. It is helpful to understand that there's a range of emotions, but be human as well, because we will all experience those emotions in different ways and in different orders. So please don't kind of bat people over the head with a series of tick lists of ways that they will behave, because that's not really the case. I hope it's helpful. Do stay in touch with us. We are regularly putting out content to try and help organisations to manage change in these really difficult circumstances, and do let me know if there's something specific you'd like us to cover.